Do you want to tell the Commodore story that
Yeah, go
how
ahead.
I remember it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at Six Flags. This is like in the late 70s, early 80s, maybe early 80s, late 70s.
Do you remember how old you were?
No, it was one of my very first memories of like Six Flags though. So it had to be late 70s, early 80s. So we're at, and tell me if I'm wrong, or see what your memory.
Oh.
But basically, we're at Six Flags all day. So obviously, we're tired and hot because Texas is hot and we're whatever. And we're leaving the facility, and then all of a sudden, there's like this like barricade, right? And it's just a bunch of people. It's a huge barricade of people. And
Clapping
Dad
for us.
no, but like, and so all of a sudden, like, and Dad, being Dad, he's so great. It was just like, we're gonna get to our car. Like, I don't care who's coming, but we're gonna get to our car. And so we basically just jump this like line thing.
Uh-oh.
And we cross, and then there's like a limo pulls up, right?
Mm-hmm.
A limousine pulls up, and out of the limousine at this moment pops Lionel Richie and the rest of the Commodores, I guess. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's Lionel, because you recognized him, I guess. I'm like a kid, so I wouldn't have recognized him. But anyway, and then I remember that he was like really nice and said hello or something to us, even though technically we had like jumped this area where we weren't supposed to be. And I think Dad probably was not as impressed.
Right.
He was like, I've got to get my family to our car so we can leave. And we stopped. And then but he stopped and said hello to us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
and he was tall.
he was really, yeah, and he was, I just remember I was like, oh, there's like that famous guy or whatever. And I mean, I was a kid.
Well,
But he was really, I think, okay, tell me if I'm inventing this. You can tell me, but like, he was like, I felt like he was like energetic. I think he thought that we were there to like jump the line to be like, hey,
to go to the concert.
Yeah, and then we told him we weren't going. Right? Didn't we say we weren't going or something? And so I think he thought that we had jumped the line to like greet him. And then we hadn't. We were just trying to get to our car.
We were going with Dad.
We were going with Dad. And so, but then he was like a little disappointed, I think, in that moment that we weren't actually greeting him or going to his show. But at the same time,
Oh, he was so sweet, though.
he was really nice to us, and I think he wanted us to come to the show. But that's what I recall from meeting Lionel Richie.
Well, we actually stood there for a second.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were whisked away
Or crashing.
No, but like I just remember, Dad was already like
Waiting for us to come.
Well, he was like already like 20 feet beyond us, basically. So,
but we really were excited.
I remember James and Cherish were really excited for sure because they were older than me and they knew what was going on to where I was like a little bit of a kid. So anyway, so that's the fun meeting Lionel Richie story, and I'll put that on the internet later.
We have another one about his dad too, because he wanted into the state fair before anybody else.
We don't need to tell the state fair story. We'll say no. We'll do that. We aren't doing that one. So.